Hi everyone, it's Veroosh. This is your July reading. I'm going to focus on an overview for astrology for you guys first. I'm sorry I can't get to the individual readings right now for each zodiac sign, but we'll get back on track one step at a time. As I've said, some of the regular programming will be set up a little bit differently for a time, but everything's going great. And thank you so much to everyone for your help and support. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm enjoying making it. So let's begin with the energy for July. July's energy starts off with a powerful grand fire trine between the transits of Mars in Leo, South Node in Sagittarius, and Chiron in Aries. This combination of transits will not happen again in your lifetime. The next time the South Node and Chiron form an aspect in the same sign will be 2076. However, Mars will not be a part of this transit. The energy of the Grand Fire Trine is an opportunity to push past negative self-beliefs, unpack past life trauma, and work through our own experiences. In other words, the struggles to do with self-confidence that may have been working through your entire lives will motivate us at this time to push past limitations. For people who believe in past lives, the South Node indicates that matters of past lives may also be resolved through this transit. Venus is catching up to Mars in Leo, and just a week after Mars's transit in this grand trine, Venus will form a similar angle. Her transit will be full of emotional responses to thoughts and feelings about being held back by life circumstances. At this time, you will likely really connect with the feeling that you really matter, and through this time, you will want to assert your right at self-determination. Venus and Mars are due for a conjunction on July 13th, and when they meet up, every few years the sparks fly. The energy of Leo will be extra spicy. Venus and Mars, when working together, are a very powerful energy. They will make the nights magic and the days full of life. If you are in love, you are lucky. If you are not in love, this is a special time when you may get lucky and find love. The combination of Mars and Venus forming these aspects in the first 2 weeks of July will provide you with a physical endurance and emotional awareness to remove yourself from oppressive systems and people. Don't waste this transit, it's a rare one. What kind of injustice are you facing off against? The pressure from Saturn and Uranus square decrease as July begins. However, Mars does form a strong square angle to Uranus in early July. Saturn is imposing strong rules and protocols that we all must live by. All of us have someone or something in our lives that is not flexible and may be limiting to our freedom in some way, but not necessarily in an unfair manner. Mars and Venus are rebelling against this energy as they push through Leo. When Mars squares Uranus on July 3rd, followed by Venus on July 8th, 2021, you will feel a great persistence to follow through with your personal ambition to get out from under any unfair tyrannical power. Uranus, conversely, will try to distract you in decadent Taurus energy. That's like food or pleasures, enjoying yourself. Things will come in that will try to seduce you through the senses. However, your personal planet transits are too strong for this energy, and this may be the best time to push ahead. The moon has 3 activation points along the grand trine that was just described, involving Chiron and the South Node, Venus and Mars. The 3 dates you may want to pay attention to for added awareness are July 1st, July 11th, and July 20th, when the moon is transiting mid-degrees of the fire signs and giving us insights about which way we are meant to take our lives. These days will be inspirational and profoundly self-reflective. Last month, I highlighted the North Node conjunction with the star Aldebaran. That is a prosperity and success star used in ancient astrology. Have you gained any insight about your dreams and ambitions? Have you changed your mind? Or did something become very clear? If nothing happened, I have good news for you. The North Node that is commonly used by astrologers is called the mean node, a calculation between the nodes iterating direct and retrograde motion. The mean node is a good point to use, but for the purpose of specificity, we may consider the true node, which oscillates between direct and retrograde motion. The true node is currently about 2 degrees behind the mean node, meaning that the transit with Aldebaran is just beginning in July. This is wonderful and exciting because if you feel like you missed out on your life's calling, you get a second chance at this once or twice in a 20-year transit. I really recommend my authenticity meditation for this purpose in the description. If you have missed my previous videos explaining this energy, the conjunction with Aldebaran brings clarity and focus to purpose in our lives and helps us to identify our strongest and potentially most successful characteristics. In summary, the Grand Fire Trine dominates the first and second week of July. The first Grand Trine happens on July 1st, involving Mars, and the second a week later on July 7th with Venus. These Grand Trines will motivate us to confront the past and especially insecurities we feel about ourselves or overwhelming past life karmic blockages. Venus and Mars will push past the opposition to Saturn and square to Uranus in a bid to free themselves of any structures, people, or institutions that oppress them. At this time, we may feel passionate about freedom and change. The Uranus square that is strong at the beginning of the month will only distract the process of these inner planets. However, the energy is so passionate in Leo that it's very likely that any attempts at distraction will be thwarted. In July, both the mid-range social planets are in retrograde, Jupiter and Saturn, while Pluto and Neptune are also in retrograde. The inner planets are all direct, causing us to feel ready to self-start new paths and take on new possibilities. We will have most energy to deal with our own issues, our moods, our ideas, and our ambitions. The pressure from the mid to outer planets will be much less intense than when they are all direct. This means that the influence from institutions and other public entities will also be less pressure-filled so that you can get on with your life. Several of the inner planets are changing signs this month. The month begins with passionate transits in Leo, but finishes with more emphasis on earth and air energy. This means you will feel energized to take on a lot, and later have the opportunity to use what you gained by transforming the benefits you secured for yourself and making something tangible out of them. This may be a trip or taking your life in a new direction. Some of you may be doing something new and open to a new chapter in your lives. People who enjoy change will be stimulated by this, while people who like things consistent may feel like things are changing too fast. Chiron turns retrograde on July 18th, while Lilith transits into Gemini on the same day. Lilith will be in Gemini for 10 months. Both of these transits will affect the way you express yourself. Through their energy shifts, it's important that you are careful with the words that you use and how you express yourself. Chiron retrograde is a great transit, but it may make you feel self-conscious about your past, while Lilith in Gemini can be very quick to be hateful in their speech and emotionally explosive. Through this transit, simply take care to not let racing thoughts out of your mouth without censoring what you are saying. Venus and Mars will be passionate up to the third week of July. when they successively enter into Virgo, in opposition to Jupiter. There's something you want that goes against the grain of what authorities want, or what your social group dictates. On a personal level, it's an amazing time to begin a new journey, especially one involving your passions. It's very much a Bonnie and Clyde or Thelma and Louise type energy, without the tragic ending and only adventure ahead. Things may begin to happen through this time between the masculine Mars energies and the feminine Venus energies. Whatever starts in July will continue through early 2022, when Mars and Venus form 2 more conjunctions as a byproduct of Venus's retrograde cycle. Capricorns and Aquarians pay attention to this energy the most because whatever starts now will be resolving in your season. It's very likely that the transit will bring in love and affection, but also competition and ambition in situations around you. Be loving and kind, but also be wary of putting trust into people who just want to use you and move past you. Their consequences will befall them. However, you don't want to waste your time getting weighed down by their ways of doing things. Aquarian energy will begin to be highlighted once again with the re-entry of Jupiter into Aquarius on July 28, 2021. This is a continuation of the Great Conjunction year that I described in a previous video you can find linked in the corner or in the description. The Great Conjunction year is an energetic transmutation of Earth energy to air, as there have been strong emphasis in Earth transits for years, and now air transits will dominate several astrological cycles, particularly the Jupiter conjunction cycle with Saturn. While Jupiter is in Aquarius, expect technological advances and discoveries to appear. There will be a rapid expansion of public communication like social media. Likewise, Jupiter in Aquarius gives us an opportunity to advance social causes. This means that you can improve situations in your life by addressing the issues that you feel are limiting. For example, getting better terms on contracts with your employer or establishing better custody agreements with your ex. The Aquarian energy will be strong through August, as we have 2 full moons in Aquarius. The July full moon is on the 23rd of July, while the second full moon will be right at the end of Leo season in August. Through this time, there are also a series of favorable aspects between the transiting Sun and Mercury with the North Node. Expect this energy to bring problem-solving power to your life to address the most difficult questions. The new moon in July is in the sign of Cancer. This energy is one of the only times that water energy is emphasized, beyond the transiting Sun. All in all, Cancer season this year is very fiery, airy, and finishes off with a strong Earth transit. But there's little in the way of water energy, so use this new moon well. The new moon and several of the transits alongside of it, like Mercury transit through Cancer, or the opposition between the Sun and Pluto on July 17th, will challenge our emotions to reflect inwardly on what they want, while many of us will be acting through fire action, air logic, and earth purpose. There is one more transit that will favor Cancer and the water signs. The annual Sirius portal, in which the Sun aligns with the dog star Sirius. This energy is a portal energy to starseed frequencies. If you are feeling out of place with general go for it and get it type of energy this July, use this day, July 5th, to connect with Sirius portal energy and receive blessings from the stars. Water signs, your time is coming. This is just a preparatory stage of inward emotional reflection. Some things need to be done without a lot of emotional catharsis, There are many standoffs in July between big planets, and sometimes it's best to allow things to happen and wait patiently for your turn to shine. It's coming.